Hi, welcome to VeggieFitKids.com. My name is Cazorla-Lancaster, and today I'm going to teach you how to make smoothies. It's summertime, and summertime is a great time to use all the delicious fruits that are available to make smoothies, and everybody loves smoothies. There are several key ingredients that I use to make delicious, creamy smoothies that are both low in fat and without added sugar. So I'm going to teach you what those key ingredients are. In addition, I'm going to teach you some basic techniques that you can use to make your smoothies even smoother. And then I'm going to teach you my delectable vanilla milkshake, followed by a blueberry smoothie, and finally, Happy Herbivore's Applejack smoothie. There are several key ingredients to making a thick, delicious smoothie. So there are 3 things that I like to add to my smoothies, and you can use these 3 ingredients as a foundation and then do any variations on top of that. So the first thing that helps make your smoothie thick and creamy is frozen bananas. So I like to freeze my bananas whole, and that way I have them on hand whenever I'm ready to make smoothies. What you want to do is wait till the bananas are nice and ripe. One tip is to wait till the bananas go on sale because they're overripe and nobody else wants them. That's perfect. They're a little bit cheaper. And then you take them home, you peel them, you put them in a Ziploc bag whole, and you freeze them, and they're ready to go. The next key ingredient is going to be dates. So this is a box of medjool dates. It is a fruit. They are delicious and sweet. I discovered them a couple of years ago and I could not believe how sweet they are. It's definitely nature's candy. You may need 1 or 2 depending on how sweet you like your smoothies and depending on if you have sweetened or unsweetened plant-based milk in your smoothie. But they work great, and that way you don't have to add sugar. And then the final key ingredient that you can use as a base for your smoothies is going to be the liquid that you choose. So my favorite is the vanilla light soy milk, but there's other things you can use. You can definitely use unsweetened products, unsweetened almond milk, unsweetened coconut milk, unsweetened soy milk. And then also, to go even lighter, you can use coconut water. So coconut water is a great option. It is a little bit sweet and it gives it a little bit of that different flavor, and I like using this as well. So those are the 3 ingredients: frozen bananas, dates, and some type of liquid, either a coconut water or a plant-based milk. There are several key techniques that you can use to make your smoothies even smoother. Obviously, having a high-powered blender helps, but even if you don't have a high-powered blender, there are certain things that you can do to make it easier to blend your smoothie and make it nice and creamy and smooth. The first thing is put your liquid at the bottom. So put your liquid first. Even if you don't do all of the liquid, put some at the bottom. Next, you want to put your soft items like your dates or your greens. And then finally, on top, you want to put your heavier, chunkier, and frozen items like your bananas or your ice. The next tip would be, if you don't have a high-powered blender and you're using dates, especially if you've been storing them in your fridge, is to go ahead and pit them and soak them for a few hours. 4 or 5 hours would be great, but that makes them nice and soft and easier to blend. The next tip is, whenever you're putting your frozen items on top, like your bananas, go ahead and break it into chunks so that it's easier for your blender to process that. And so if you use those 3 things, then it'll make your smoothie really nice and smooth. Finally, if you mess up, you're kind of doing your own variation, you put too much frozen stuff, you can always add more liquid on top. You'll just have more smoothie to enjoy, and that way it'll make it nice and smooth. And just keep playing with it. You'll get to know your blender a little bit better, and then you'll have nice, delicious, creamy smoothies. The first recipe I'm going to teach you is a delectable vanilla milkshake. You are not going to believe how amazing this is. It is so thick and creamy, it almost tastes like ice cream. I love it. I definitely still consider it a treat, so I don't have it every day, but it's definitely a nice treat at the end of the day after dinner. It's pretty simple. So all you need is 1 cup of your plant-based milk. Like I said, I use the light vanilla soy milk. It makes it even more vanilla-y. You want to pour that in first. Then I have 2 dates. So here are my dates. They're already pitted. I'm putting them in next. And then your frozen banana. Like I said, break it into chunks. And a splash of vanilla. So you can use however much you want. I like it pretty vanilla-y, so I put a lot of vanilla. And then you want to blend it up. So even with the Vitamix, you want to keep blending it until you don't see any more date chunks. And then go ahead and pour it into your glass. Ooh, that's so creamy. Yum, yum. and then you enjoy. It's so delicious. So different variations that you can do to this is, there's a great product called PB2, which is actually peanut butter powder. So if you want a lower calorie option to have a peanut butter milkshake, this is great because they remove the fat. So a tablespoon of this, you can make a peanut butter milkshake. Alternatively, you can make a chocolate milkshake too. It's pretty chocolatey. I usually use dark chocolate cocoa powder, so it's really chocolatey, but a tablespoon of that added is wonderful as well. But you can enjoy this delicious milkshake and try it as soon as you can. You're gonna love it, your kids are gonna love it. Oh my gosh, that's so good. Next, I'm gonna show you how to make a blueberry smoothie. I chose blueberry just because purple is my favorite color, but really you can use any fruit or any berry. But berries are a great source of phytonutrients and cancer-fighting properties, so this is a great way to get your berries in at the beginning of the day. So you wanna start again with a cup of your plant-based milk. And this time I only use 1 date. I don't make it quite as sweet for breakfast, so I put your date in next. And then you want to put your frozen banana, broken up into chunks already, and half a cup of blueberries. So like I said, you can use half a cup of strawberries, you can use boysenberries, anything you want. Mango is great too. And then go ahead and blend it until smooth. Because you're using more than one frozen fruit, it is going to be a little bit thicker. You can see the consistency is just a little thicker on this one, but it's still very delicious. And like I said, just play around with it, use your favorite fruit. Frozen fruit is my preference just because I like them thicker, but fresh fruit is great too. If you like your smoothie thicker but you have fresh fruit, you can always add ice to the top and make it just a little bit colder and thicker. So this is a great way to make a fruit smoothie for breakfast. Finally, I'm going to show you Happy Herbivore's Applejack smoothie. This is a bit of a variation on her recipe. I do some things a little bit different, like using applesauce instead of fresh apples, but I just do things that make it a little bit more convenient and easy for me at home. If you've never had a green smoothie before and you're a little averse to trying it, believe me, I didn't think I would ever want to drink anything green, but this is a great starter green smoothie for you and for your kids. You'll be surprised at how tasty it is. Also, it turns into a really beautiful green color. It's not like an icky green color, so maybe that'll make it a little bit easier to at least give it a try. So it's very, very easy. First, you want to start with a cup of plant-based milk. Then you want to go ahead and add 1 date, half a cup of applesauce, 1 cup of fresh spinach. This is baby spinach. And finally on top, your frozen banana. An optional ingredient is cinnamon. You can add a dash of cinnamon at the end if you want. I don't like it too cinnamony, but if you like cinnamon flavor, this is a great ingredient to add as well. So you put all that in there and go ahead and process it until smooth. So you can see that this is a very beautiful, bright green smoothie. And I think you're just gonna be really surprised by how really tasty this is. The reason it's called an Applejack smoothie is because one of the readers of Happy Herbivore thought that it tasted like an Applejack cereal. So go ahead and try it, have your kids try it. I think you're gonna like it. And I hope that you like my tips for making delicious summer smoothies. If you have any feedback or any questions, let me know. Have a great day.